Hello, hello, hello. We are here. We're gonna continue Genshin Impact Chapter 4 Act 2. So there was a slight issue. I was streaming a bit of Genshin Grind like a couple days ago. And I accidentally triggered a cutscene. So we're gonna just go back, or rather I have like a oh hi Axel. Hello, hello. I've got this here. I found this online. It's from Noxus Gaming, and they post like the cutscenes without
Another
any
one.
gameplay audio or without like commentary audio. So I was like, we should watch this because I skipped the cutscene. I didn't want to watch it without like having it in the stream. So we're just gonna do a quick cutscene. I accidentally triggered it because I went to the fountain and it just started there. So let's just watch this. Hopefully it's not too loud.
There aren't many people around anymore.
It's a little loud.
Looks like that boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, traveler, stop walking. Come on,
In a
wake up.
trance completely.
Vache, are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now,
How did a
I am but the
human
consciousness
turn into
of
an
one who is
oceanid?
lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how
I think the
dearly
traveler
he
looks
loved me.
unbothered.
And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be. No, our reunion no longer has any meaning.
I'm
There
actually
is no
surprised the
way for us
traveler
to create
offered
any new
because Navia was
memories.
like, we should go find the
thought of
missing
me gives
people.
him no
And the traveler
supper.
was like, actually, I don't want
So
to do
let
that.
it lie
So I'm
forgotten
surprised.
beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great
Oh,
warmth.
maybe she dissolved
Is
like
that
the
what
other
you
people
call it?
did. So if people who
Dissolving.
dissolve turn into
If
oceanids?
anything,
Maybe?
I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
That's such a cool scene. I had to close my eyes so I wouldn't see it when I accidentally triggered it earlier.
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Also, thank you, Axel. I had to edit it a little bit. There she is. Oh, she's so cool. We kind of need her, actually.
Quick, now's our chance!
Whoa. She's so cool. Oh my god, please. Not her shyly looking away.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clarand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Oh.
Sorry, Demoiselle.
I don't know if
I
they
was not
told us
strong
what
enough.
happened to her father.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Corand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish
don't
to
think
avoid
she's mentioned it.
unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
I mean,
What?
who's going
Your
after
point
her?
being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes, be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
She was following Navia because she was
Demoiselle,
worried about
I
her.
believe that Miss Corand
kinda
was
cute.
being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, I just... She's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Navia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorant who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh,
Paimon contributed somehow?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Oh, right.
How did that help?
Because we were
After
suspecting
parted
it was
ways,
spiked
I was on
with
the way back to one of our bases
the
when I
spirit
suddenly
water or
thought of
whatever.
what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't
hi,
drunk that
Slug.
cup for me...
Hello.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well,
Either way,
did foil
it
a
had to
plan
do
that they
with
were
the
probably
kidnapped
pretty proud of,
girls, so
and
or
almost got their name in the process.
whatever's happening
Speaking
to
of
them.
which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint.
Oh,
Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater
it
then?
could. It
Does
could.
that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
It'll be useful, if anything.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
I wonder if we'll find him.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means
There
we're
you
still
go.
partners,
Now
right?
the traveler's gonna
And
help.
besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased.
I was a bit concerned.
You are the face of Spina di
It's so
Rosula,
cute.
after all.
I love
talk
her.
too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
And with that, we're caught up because I missed that cutscene. But thanks to Noxus Gaming over here. Don't know if you can see the name, but here, there you go. Thanks to them for these recorded cutscenes, because without that, I would have missed that. Let's see. Let's go back to this. And then I did mute this. Let's fix the audio real quick. There we go. Alright. So now we're heading to the Spina de Rasula, something like that. That's what it was called.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
Oh, let's play this.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms
Okay.
for our
Is
respected
that for me?
guests.
Thank you, Malus.
Oh, I should drink
Now,
water. Thank you,
let's
Axel.
continue, traveler.
I am a bit sick, unfortunately. So, I'm not sure how long we'll stream, but we'll stream till... I don't want to stream till my head hurts, but if we get too much of a headache, we'll stop. But I'm okay right now. It's not too bad. Nope. I kind of like jumping from platform to platform, but I think that'll hurt if I try to jump. Okay, that didn't hurt that much. I thought it would hurt more. Oh, there's a whole under... I was wondering how to get down here because there's a teleporter, and I was like, how do I get here? It's from this area. Oh. Oh. Interesting. There's people down here. Are they working here? Do they live here? Oh, there's something sparkling. I don't know what that was, but we got it. Gave us a lot of money. Oh, wow. That looks so cool. I need a whole area, like a whole game like this. God, that's so pretty. Genshin always does so good with their environments. What's up there? I know we should focus on the story because I'm so behind, but I just want to look around as well. He's a... I don't know how to say this name, but he's so cute. Hello. Can we give him a little head pat? Impressive, you have won my respect. Oh, it's so cute. You're this sleepy. Yeah, it is like Borderlands. Oh, you know what? I should play Borderlands 3. I did buy it, but I never played it. I need to play it. Thing is, I didn't really finish Borderlands 2, but I almost did. It was really close to finishing. But I had stopped. partway through because I was playing it originally with a friend of mine, and
An impressive bounty.
she had lost interest, and I didn't want to play it alone. But I don't mind playing it alone. I just heard that the story for Borderlands 3 wasn't that good. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be. You think you have Borderlands 3? I bought it when it was on sale.
It's not quite what Paimon
It
imagined.
was like for like $15
Your
or something. I was like,
accommodations have been
yeah, I'll
arranged.
buy it.
Under the present
The same way I bought
circumstances,
Borderlands
I can
2 just like that as
confidently say
well.
It's the best we have.
Played 4 hours. I didn't play any of Borderlands 3, but I did play Borderlands 2 a lot. Like, so much. It was really fun, and I liked the story in that one. It was really good. What's the best we have? Yeah, I didn't expect it to be here, but it's pretty cool.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone.
Hmm.
But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
No.
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina
Oh
di
yeah, I
Rosula,
want to know
right?
what happened.
How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend.
Oh.
But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Damn.
No.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
Oh.
3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
That is weird. If he's not guilty, then... Or maybe he wanted to prevent... Like, he maybe knew someone, the person who killed, and was trying to prevent them from being found out. But it is interesting.
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
Well, now we have to help her. I want to know.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. But I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
That's valid.
If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
We're seeking the truth. We're quite unlike in this regard. Honestly, yeah, kind of. Because the Traveler's brother, or whatever, sibling, they also kind of... they're doing things that we don't quite understand either.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
That is so real.
How could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Cloran.
What?
Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Oh. Oh my. That is a twist.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Cloran has always placed great emphasis on the
Are we gonna go in? Oh, I guess not. Aw, damn.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Oh, did the stream die?
Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while.
Gotcha.
I did some
Thank you,
investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence
Oh,
appear?
Navia, you need to get some rest.
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
Yeah,
No.
because that implies they found
There is
him, right?
one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten,
Oh,
no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
oh, that'll be
If
useful.
the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently,
Oh, right.
we
It's
should
pronounced
be able to find
Oceanid.
some related information there.
I keep saying Oceanid.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
I don't know. Novella didn't seem like the kind of guy you could just
Aren't you
go up to
coming
and
along,
talk to him.
Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Oh no, they're not about to turn her away, are they? Like, you cover her too much. Alright, let's see if we can teleport. Looks like we can.
The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Palais. What does Palais mean? Palace? Love that name, it's rare. Which name? Nubila? Ooh, so pretty. I know I'm supposed to go there, but I just wanna take a peek. Ooh, hold on. It does mean palace? Oh, gotcha. Makes sense.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Oh?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
I still don't understand what these creatures are.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys.
I wonder why
It's
they've
all
given them a
coming back to
hat
me
and a
now.
jacket, but no pants
We're here
and shoes.
today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
So they've got little wings.
Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
I'm curious why there's no pants. Most of the name they use are like old 1800. Ah! I mean, I like the way they sound, to be honest.
Please come in.
He's letting us in! Navia. I don't remember how to say his name. I'm probably saying it wrong either way.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only liked it in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Okay. Can we look around while you're browsing through the files? Maybe?
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
I'm glad my pronunciation's okay. I was worried.
Unfortunately,
Oh no.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
What? So what do we do?
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
I feel bad for Navia.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Does he share the same voice actor as Zhongli? He just sounds so
And
familiar.
what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Oh?
Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret?
Oh, she doesn't like
No.
him.
You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Damn.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
Damn.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by
Oh.
all? Everything
Navia.
was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
Poor thing.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
Damn.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Damn. Let's go. We said our piece. Damn. This is getting a little bit more twisted. I need to know what happened now. I'm so curious. I wonder if Navia's dad also told Uvillette to let him duel. Just the way he told Clorin to just take care of Navia after he was dead. It could be a similar situation.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine.
No.
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
I mean, is that not just a coincidence? It's just rain.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene?
Could it be
That
primordial
thought has occurred to us
seawater
before.
again?
We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
Does it rain a lot in France, Axel?
Oh? Wait.
The fact that people can be turned
You
into
don't mean-
water, yeah.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
I hope this
Yeah,
was the
we're gonna make
answer.
progress for
But
sure
either way,
this
like, how
time.
would we find out
Do you
the
want to
next
go with
step?
me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Let's go now.
Great. Let's go then.
All I'm gonna do is get distracted on my way there. I'll have her take me instead. This case keeps getting more and more interesting. Hi, Connie. Perpetually getting distracted me. I mean, especially in open world games like this, it's so easy to get distracted. Whoa! What? Oh, that's so cool! Oh, wow. Gosh, it's so pretty here. Oh, why was that dog looking around?
Whoa! What a huge ship!
How did it get
Why
here?
would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship
Axel, do you really want me to try to
discovery,
say it?
opportunity, ambition, and
Oh
conquest.
no.
It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
I would love if it was like an actual
Paimon was
pirate
confused
ship out
why a
on the
group
sea.
with
That'd be
such
so
a
cool.
history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself,
God, it's so
she's
cool.
been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base,
Poisson.
our home.
I'm just copying Navia at this point. Look at this giant fish! Holy sh... Whoa. Oh god, and it's even just like slightly swaying. Whoa, can I climb it? No, I can't. Damn. Oh, we're down here now. God, it's so cool. This reminds me of when I was playing, was it Uncharted 4? And you go into the cave and there's just the ships. The wrecked ships. Oh, it was so cool. Where are we headed? We are headed over there. I had to copy Navia, Axel. I had to. There's no way. When you asked, I had already forgotten how she had said it the first time.
They might have it. Gonna get burned. But it ain't gonna.
Never played Uncharted. It's actually really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It's got a lot more puzzles in it than I thought it would. I thought it was gonna be more of just an action shooter, but it had a lot of puzzles. Oop. Oh, fall off.
Maloose, we're back!
Maloose, we're back.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
Let's just say I just want to work on the Monarch PNG tuber. I mean, why don't you just stream working on it? You know, that works as well. Just a drawing stream.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person? Oh, I don't know how long ago her father died.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Oof. Good luck, Akane.
Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention
Another
that
one.
the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now,
Never had. Yeah,
it's
I
almost
just love her
certain that
whole
synth is
outfit.
created
Navia
using
just
water
looks
from
so
the
cool.
primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
That
As he
sounds
oversaw
dangerous.
Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun,
Oh.
and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Mm.
How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Yep, then that definitely means someone was dissolved, right? Because that's what happened last time, too. They could have wanted someone dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques, but it's also possible that the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out.
Hey!
I'm finally
Hello,
headed
Burger!
towards the
Hello,
truth.
hello!
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third
I love
person
your
is
avatar,
probably the
Burger.
key to the
I
full
saw it when I
truth.
was looking for someone to
On
raid,
that
and I was
note,
like, oh my
however,
god, we have to raid
Even
Burger.
though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself.
That's valid.
Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed.
Wow.
Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Damn.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
Navia is top character of
This is
Fontaine so
indeed the
far.
best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Malus, what are you
Yes, I do.
hiding?
In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Oh, what?
What?
Oh,
Boss
shit.
also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Oh, no.
And the serial
What?
disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public.
Damn.
If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
So he
As
bluffed.
we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Oh, man.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where Synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization
True.
that's been in operation
And
for
they've been making
decades.
people disappear
There's no
without
telling
anyone
what might
else
be
knowing
lying in
Okay.
wait
this
at
whole
their
Is that for me?
headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of
Another
evidence we
one.
may
Yes,
be
I
able
should
to
drink water.
find
Thank you, Nix.
inside,
Hi.
nor
I know, I know.
what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Hey, welcome back home, Nix.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice.
You know what? All of the Spina de Rasula have a hat. I gotta wear a hat. Hold on. I'm gonna put a hat on as well. 1 second. I'm gonna be part of this investigation. Hold on. I have to wear a hat now. There we go. Does that look okay? It's not getting cut off. There we go. Alright, investigation time.
But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt.
We gotta fit
now that
in. We
we've
gotta fit
connected since
in.
with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina de Rasula, or at least have an informant planted here.
Oh, really?
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the
that's
reactions
smart.
of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
I have a feeling it's...
The first is Florent, Spina de Rasula's
the other
senior
guy
advisor.
that was with us the whole time.
Florent?
Yes, surprising.
Because he's not
isn't
here
it?
right now. I can't remember
He
his
was
name.
one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss
The one
really
with the
well.
sunglasses, I think.
Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew
Laurent
our
was always
upcoming
the bad guy,
plans and
really?
could thus avoid
Axel, you
capture
should
this
know.
whole time.
You're French. The
There's
French
someone
know.
else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle
Confrérie of Cabrières. What does that even mean?
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly.
Not the French.
To
Oof.
think that the enemy
Oof.
we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Oh gosh.
Of course. And thank you, Maloose. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Poisson
If it
today.
might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I
Also,
hope
I'm
we
looking
can
up a
work
picture of a
together to
baguette to
uncover the
hold,
truth
by the way. That's
and
why it's
end
lagging.
this case once and for all.
If you guys notice it's lagging, it's because of that. Hold on. Saving a picture of a baguette so I can hold it. Also, we should get a croissant as well. Croissant. This is important. We gotta channel the French to solve this crime. We can't solve any crimes. The reason we haven't solved it yet is because we're not channeling the French right now. And with the power of Axel in chat as well, we'll have it. Here we go. I got the croissant. There we go. That's not a PNG. How dare they trick me? It's supposed to be a PNG. Hold on. I'm finding it. Oh, that's an ugly one. We need a pretty croissant. I think it'll help, Axel. It'll help. You just existing in chat. That's perfect right there. There. This one's PNG, I think. Yes. Okay, I've got a baguette and a croissant. Got our snacks ready. We're ready to solve crimes. Let me add this. Images. Add image. Browse. Got the baguette. And then we gotta add the croissant as well. Oh, that one looks tastier. Let's use this one. Yes, perfect. Okay. Got a croissant in one hand. The baguette in the other. Channeling the French. Actually, I should switch it the other way, huh? So that we're not covering up the the game, which is the whole purpose. Should be a bit smaller as well. Perfect. Amazing. All right. This is it. Okay. So this is our records for the case. All right. We've got our baguette and our croissant so we can solve the crime. 3 years ago, on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. Okay. It's okay, we got this. We're prepared. We're prepared to solve this crime now. Oh, to go up? I've been tricked.
Hello.
Is that a Nyx? Hello.
Tis I. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my goodness. We're here to solve crimes.
How is my volume? I'm on my phone and I'm trying to whisper downstairs.
You're slightly loud, but it's okay. I got you. I'm gonna turn you down. There you go.
Awesome.
She's perfect now. Perfect.
I did forget my headphones upstairs, so I won't be able to stream to you my game. Just be on my phone.
I wouldn't be able to watch anyway because Genshin will lag.
Yeah, she focused.
That's the only problem.
Well, don't
And
lag.
we're doing a story. We have to pay attention to the story.
Yes, and the poisson and the Navia.
Did you see my baguette and my croissant?
I did. I saw that those were your tools of the trade.
Yes, of
You said
course.
this is how I'm gonna save
I
the
can't
day.
solve any crimes without it. So, I mean, French crimes. I mean, specifically.
Oh.
It is settled,
Can't solve
then.
French crime.
Please
Specifically
excuse
French
me
crimes.
and enjoy your conversation at your
Amazing.
leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
The baguette's hiding Nyx. Oh, damn. Hold on. We can't have
Wow.
that.
Excuse me, miss. Do you
No,
need
we
anything
can't.
from us?
Thank you, Axel. Thank you for protecting me. Rather, the baguette was protecting me, so I don't know about all that. Now I'm exposed.
Navia's all quiet.
He's no longer protected.
This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit
over.
after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about
Don't know where to
that,
move her.
there's no need to apologize.
Here.
After my husband died,
Just made you
Spina
I was like,
Dura
what do you mean I'm
Sura
not
sent
front
us
and
a lot of
center?
mora and support. I understood your
kidding,
guilt
I'm
and
kidding.
apology to be genuine.
There you go.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Adele.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Oh,
Would
what do you mean?
mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait. Does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callis?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's
Oh,
the
what a
conclusion I eventually
twist.
came to.
Hmm.
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man.
Then there must be something else
Best in
going
the
on.
whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
No.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Jacques' family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident? I'm gonna say I think he told Callus that he was told to kill him, and then that got him killed instead. Not by Callus, but by someone else who was probably listening in or was actually there, is what I'm thinking.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
Alright, this is the guy Axel said is the most guilty.
Someone got turned into water
And Axel's
right in
French,
front
so
of
he
us.
should know.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
They didn't check him then?
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned.
That doesn't make any
Do you
sense.
think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
I don't know.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand.
Yeah, because now we know
Then
that her father
I'll
was
leave Mr.
dying.
Callus's honor in
of
your
an
hands,
illness.
boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Florent, the advisor to the Spina de Rosula, claimed he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went
Maybe
out.
I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
I feel like he wouldn't have given us that information if he was guilty. Like, he would have kept that to himself. So...
I mean, how much could he reveal without giving himself away if he were being suspicious?
I mean, him adding on that her father never had a gun to begin with, I feel like he didn't even have to say all that. He could have just said what the guards were saying, which was that Mr. Callus had a gun on him.
I'm dying, Axel. His mustache is lying.
His mustache is lying.
What a mood. What
Axel says,
a
I don't
mood.
trust
You
the
cannot
mustache.
tell a man's character by his mustache.
Axel can.
I mean,
what do you mean?
He knows.
Axel's
He knows.
French, so he knows.
What
he
you
can
mean?
tell. He can tell when the French are lying.
It's just an innate skill the French have
it's a
to
French
tell
skill.
character by facial features.
Yes, and has to be a French character as well.
Otherwise, he's faceblind like me.
Yes, of course. Right. Next suspect.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Thierry.
Oh,
Thierry.
now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a
I don't like the way he
truth in that?
talks. He sounds suspicious.
Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the
She's a
city already?
businessman.
Suspicious. Guards, take him away.
I mean, where I work
Oh,
is really up to me.
There's my cat losing her
Let's
absolute
just
mind.
say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town.
Oh, the ding.
Building
Is that how you're
Spina
supposed to
di
say it?
Rosula
Thierry?
from the ground up and clearing
Thierry?
many obstructions in my
Thierry?
way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lenny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water,
Thank you,
right?
Axel.
I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course.
Right, 'cause she
Without
was
them,
attacked
I
earlier
couldn't
by them.
possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex.
Okay.
Removing a serial number is also
So you
not
can't
as
just
easy
tell
as you
them
might
to
think.
do something
There are a lot of
outside of what they're
complex
programmed
steps
to do.
it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Yeah, it definitely has to do with whatever crew is behind the disappearances and stuff. Because they seem like they're wealthy, so it makes sense that they would be behind it and they have those Gardamex.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh. Thierry is no longer
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
on the
Jokes
suspect
aside,
list.
I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Information regarding Thierry. Thierry is the person responsible for official contact between the Spina Drusula and the guards. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own a large number of Gardamex. Okay. We're piecing it together. Alright, time to head down. It's not too far, I don't think. There we go. So pretty.
She floats. She flies.
I fly.
Not Inspector Mona.
Yes.
Hello. How may I
We
help
have yet
you?
to make any accusations.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know?
You're doing your job
You can
perfectly.
just say Navia's looking for him. Sure.
Burger,
I
this
will
is
let him
Nick's
know
in
right
the
away.
call with me.
Oh my goodness, yes. Hello, Burger.
Hello, hello.
Ah, Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Oh my
so my
God.
legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right,
Me
Uncle
too.
Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Okay, so
To beat
he
the
was
Hydro
there at
Archon
the
her
Opera
own
House.
game on her own turf.
So he's
I
kind
can
of
already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your
on the
exploits
suspect
over a
list.
few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Actually.
I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
Right, that did happen.
If not for the
I almost
vigilance of my
forgot.
partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Yeah, we were just having a headache
Alas,
off to the side.
It seems things are heating up again. The peace that
Paimon
Callus
just
sought
wants
so
to
dearly
become
will
emergency
soon
food.
become a thing of the past.
I don't know if she wants to
course she
become it,
does.
but
But
she
rest
certainly
assured,
is.
Navia,
Emergency
Poisson
food.
will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
Ah, about that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
A gunshot? Like one?
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All
He
my wealth
only
comes
said
from
one
Callus's
gunshot.
patronage and support.
I feel like he's
I'll
high
spend
on the
however much it
suspect
takes
list.
to clear his name.
If he was really there, he would have known there were two.
Suspicious.
Marcel is the leader of the Confrérie of Cabrières and was the organizer of the banquets years prior. Confrérie and the Spina de Rosula have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. Oh yeah, he said he has bad memory. Damn it! Can't blame a bitch with bad memory.
Mood.
Damn it.
The way you
Marcel.
look so intimidating sitting in front of him, interrogating him in your own personal chair.
Prolonged eye contact.
Your personal chair. I can't
Prolonged
joke, right?
eye contact.
Do it. Stare him down.
We're staring him down.
Tell the truth, Marcel.
Up there? Go over the clues with Navia. Yeah, looks like we're going here. Everyone looks sus. Not gonna lie. Burger, you too?
Burger, you're suspicious? Oh no.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be.
Thought you were a good cookie. Good
a
meal,
good
I guess. I don't know.
We talked to all
A
three
good burger.
suspects, purely
Delicious
based
and
on their
nutritious.
conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
None of them really stood out to me as a suspect. Not me saying each one was suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single
Burger, we
conversation
know
is all
cookies.
that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
Alright.
But where should we start?
Jacques' motive. Oh, my voice is giving out.
Flora mentioned that
So I'm a bit
Cal
sick.
probably only ended up with a gun because of circumstance.
Such is life.
That makes sense.
I feel like I
According to
always get
Jacques'
sick in
family
the
Okay.
summer.
members,
Is that for
he
me?
already told them that he had been discovered.
Yes, I should drink
and that he
water.
had
Thank
no
you,
choice
Axel.
before he left home that day.
So smart.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
That's true. Yeah. It wouldn't make sense
So,
for him to shoot.
What would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
I think so too. That makes more sense. I think I had said that earlier too, actually. Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything, you know.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques,
A
the attack
game
from the
theory,
Gardamex
please.
has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
I bet they were worried
Given
about
everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
it. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a
Right.
large number of Gardamex.
He has the funds, he has the
Still
means.
really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Oh, did I guess wrong then? Maybe it was someone else. Well, then it has to be Florent, which means Axel's right. It was Florent.
Florent?
Not so wrong.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security.
Oh?
So he
Is
shouldn't
it really
have much
Thierry? But
means
she
when it
told
comes to
Thierry that
finances.
Thierry was not
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha
too
army?
broke to afford a mecha. It's crazy.
Exactly. He can't.
My
So
mom,
then it
please.
is Thierry.
Help
If
her
he
some
could,
people.
I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Damn. I was just taking her word for it. She said that she trusted him. Damn.
Thierry, you say? Huh.
I mean,
it is possible that
I
he's
mean, he
figured out
has
a way to convert the
access to
Gardamex
the
for personal
Gardamex.
use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also
Oh, okay.
don't
We were
think
just
he'd be
supposed to
able
guess
keep
each
that
one.
kind of tampering
It didn't
under
matter what I
wraps.
picked.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
I think. We're missing one. What am I supposed to do? To select them?
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
That's what I'm saying.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't
Forgetful
know about
Marcel.
the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
He could also just be pretending he doesn't have
Even
good
if I
memory.
don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Plus, he has the funds. It could also just not be any of them, and it's someone else, but we'll find out.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes. Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely
Damn,
risky.
Axel, you figured it out.
We don't have any
It's
other options
Paimon.
right now.
That's the one. You're right.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Thierry, what are you doing here?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Oh?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Oh my god, child? Wait, what did he do?
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, unfortunately.
We know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Right?
He's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
I don't think child's behind
It's
disappearances.
absurd, don't you think?
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
Right.
That's what I thought was strange.
I think they're
about
just
it,
using
so
the
I
Fatui
came
as
to
a
tell you the
scapegoat
news
right now.
away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah.
Who accused
And
him
it'll be
to
a
begin
lot
with?
harder than to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
I can't believe we're about to defend another Fatui member in court. Again. Second
The
time.
hypocrisy.
This is ridiculous.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Arenas, whatever. Well, I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just
She said I
as
can take care of
expected
myself.
my partner.
I can kick some ass.
Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his
Irenaeus,
home
that's
base
the same.
wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
Finally,
I
some
won't have
combat,
any chance of making that
some
charge stick, though,
gameplay in
unless
my
we find more
cutscenes.
evidence. It'll be up to
Wow.
you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Who
Honestly,
would have thunk?
Hoyoverse has got Hideo Kojima. That's like channeling him. I'm about to tell Schleppy about this. I feel
They
like
went on a Metal Gear kick and they got inspired.
it's just all cutscene, all story. But I mean, I guess that's the point. But it's still funny.
We'll help you.
I'm
Jeez,
enjoying
all
it though.
chickens.
Us in Lenny's
I'm enjoying it.
trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah,
I was
Hello,
suspecting this
Silver.
guy, Silver.
when did you two get here?
We heard
But he
that
wasn't
you'll
among
be
the
leaving
suspects,
Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope
Poisson.
that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
After 2
Thank
hours
you
of
so
talking, yeah, it
much.
basically was
Then,
2 straight
let's
hours
make haste for Arrhenius.
of
Paimon,
just story.
Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
Because I didn't really get that distracted at all. Suspect analysis. Sorry, I had to reset my
much
tongue.
French.
Too much French. Too many French names. Combining the information regarding the Gardamex and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Yes.
Suspicious.
Yes. The most suspicious.
More suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Another
suspicious.
Zombie
for the head
suspicious.
tap.
My ball is
Zombie
fucked up.
suspicious.
Now that Navia has set
Posture
out for
Posture
Arrhenius,
check. Yes,
we
I'm
should
sitting
also
straight.
get going.
I am
The
seated.
location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
I cannot accomplish this task, but I will try.
You got this, I believe.
Huh. According to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater.
Oh, okay.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Let's go. Time for some swimming. Oh, there's a waypoint. We need that.
She said, just keep swimming, swimming,
Just keep
swimming.
swimming.
What do we do?
Just
Swim,
keep swimming.
swim.
It says that there's a
Rainbow flower.
thing. Oh, there it
for her.
is. Oh, it's like a dungeon domain. Sorry.
Finally found it.
I would think so, Axel.
So this is the
Any
entrance
help would be
that
nice.
leads to the
It was
synth
very useful,
production
Axel.
base.
I was able to get
Sure
Arlecchino to
doesn't seem out of the
70. She was
ordinary
sitting
at
at
all.
40 this whole time, so I was able to get her up to 70.
Oh, God bless.
I still need more, but
I know, but it's
I have
better
to
than
wait for
40,
them
bless
to
her heart.
respawn, unfortunately.
Poor girl.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Meanwhile, inside the opera Epiclese.
Navia's taking a nap.
Well, we're about to find out what she's doing. We're heading there. Meanwhile,
Not the opera Epiclese.
opera Epiclese. Let me in.
Lemon.
Lemon.
It
Knock,
would
knock,
appear
knock.
that I must repeat my question again,
Knock, knock,
Mr.
soliciting.
Tartaglia.
Leave tartar
Do
sauce
you accept
alone.
the charge
He didn't
that you
do
are the
anything
true
wrong.
culprit behind the serial disappearances
I mean, he's done.
case?
He's done.
Don't.
He's
To
beaten
be
people up,
perfectly
I
honest,
guess.
I
He
don't
hasn't done
understand
anything
your
wrong.
country's complicated court system.
He did
or
try
the
to
reason
drown
why I'm
all
being
of Leeway,
charged
but
with
he
something
didn't
I've
do
never
anything
even heard of.
wrong.
However,
that was
I
old
did hear that people who have
Tartaglia.
been charged can
That
choose
was
to participate
Tartaglia
in a
from like
duel to clear
3
their
years
name.
ago.
Is that right?
Oh my lord.
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion
Child,
duelist
don't
Clorent,
fight,
right?
please, for
I've
God's
gotta
sake.
admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
This man.
When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be
Very
looking
nice,
for
please.
fights.
Oh? Sounds like
just
the
looking at her
Hydro
makes me
Archon
mad.
wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
She upsets me
Then why don't
and annoys
you
me.
duel
She
me
really is the
too?
worst.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Navia's here.
What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
Why do you guys want to
I
get
told you it couldn't be one
man?
of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court
under
protocol.
what
I can very well
are they
charge you
blaming
with contempt
child
of
for
court
this?
for your interjections.
Oh, please.
Like, I could just
Did
accuse
you
anyone,
ever
and
think
if
I
they
had
can't
any
say that they
respect
didn't
for
do
this
it,
place's
then
pointless theatrics?
they just get
We can
picked as
put the
they
discussion
did it or
aside
whatever.
for
They're just
now.
guilty by default.
I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Only Fontaine have a court.
Now then,
I
Miss
think so,
Navia,
yeah. I'm sure
who
the other
is the person who would
countries
like
have
to
their own
charge
version,
instead?
but it's here that
They have
That person
legal
is-
system.
Oh, we're actually gonna make a charge.
Wow.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières!
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Girl.
Please let me
Not
remind
the
you, Miss
friends to
Navia,
enemies.
that charging
Please,
someone is an
ecstatic
incredibly
audience member.
serious matter.
Who's here
Committing
for
to
the
the
tea?
charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation.
Who accused
Knowing
child?
this,
I want them
do
to
you
be
still wish
charged
to
with the
charge
crime
this
of making
man?
a false accusation.
Yes, I do.
This man's hair.
In that
though,
case,
my
I declare the
goodness.
charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places
I don't
on the
really get
court.
his design, to be honest. He's got a little too much.
Members
going
of the
on.
guards,
I don't care for his
please
fit, it's
contact
like-
Mr.
Yeah.
Marcel
Basic
right
and
away.
Like, he's
so
got a
that
lot
he may
with his
stand
outfit,
trial.
and then his hair, he's got like antennae. He's like an insect, I
It's
guess.
doing something.
Yeah.
Mr. Marcel,
Like, what's
you
this
will not
supposed to
require
be?
an attorney. Is that correct?
She's a pretty top.
It's like floating.
It's
Apologies.
day court. I don't know though.
It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken
Did they not have
Jacques'
like a
life.
way to test for gunshot residue? I feel like all this would have been resolved if they just tested Mr. Callis for gunshot residue.
The suspect
So
did
where's
not
the
dispute
science,
this
girlies?
conclusion,
Yeah.
and also
They're just
declined
over
to
here
defend
making
himself in court.
accusations in Fontaine
Instead,
and not
he chose
doing
to
like
prove
what
his
the hell?
innocence through a
It's,
duel.
their justice system really frustrates me. If you can't say you didn't do it, you're guilty clearly, and then everyone wants to see a spectacle, so they make it even more dramatic. It's so annoying.
Callis was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my
Terrible.
father. And
I just
even
wasted
so,
paper for no
Jacques
reason.
still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Alright. Time to refute. Wait, why wouldn't that be the one? He didn't want to kill him, so he wouldn't have a gun. Okay.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callis when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callis, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
I cannot build here.
Oh, next I can hear your game. Also, yeah, Axel, she's playing V
Oh, I'm
Rising.
so sorry.
I was able to hear, I cannot build here, immediately.
I'm so sorry. That's hilarious.
Wait,
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callis, only for Callis to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin
Oh, this
to
is what
dissolve
her
into
dad
water,
looked like. He looks so
leading
cool.
everyone to
He
believe
looks like a pirate.
Callis was
I love it.
responsible for Jacques' murder.
I love the
This
design.
Impressive.
is the true version of events.
Axel, you got me.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callis's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Marcel, you're being accused.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your
Nivelle and I
innocence.
said the same thing.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Oh, Farina's being reasonable?
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently
Exactly,
today?
that's what I'm
Maybe
thinking,
she's scared
Navia.
of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
Who would believe him
I
that
thought
someone
about
dissolved?
this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right.
It'd be after everyone's
But
dead.
what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone?
Unfortunate.
Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its
Call
brand of
them
justice,
out, Navia!
Spina di
Yes!
Rosula would have
Yes.
had no reason to exist.
Yep.
But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
Hell yeah.
So,
Tell him.
You mean to say, your father
I love Navia.
intended to die in the duelist's
He's a great
ring?
character.
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives.
Damn, Clarence
In my
killed
line
a lot of
work,
people.
I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Damn.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen
No, I don't
this
blame
case.
Clarend at all.
I
She did her
concur.
job.
However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
She just said it's the
Of
water.
course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene.
And
coincidentally,
Marcel was at both
attended
scenes.
both the
Yeah.
banquet and the trial.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
Don't pull
No
the child
need to
trait.
appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Good question.
I don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade.
Marcel is
My business only thrived when I
Snezhnaya.
received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped
It all
foot
goes
in
back to
Fontaine.
Snezhnaya somehow.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Damn.
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
Still
Once you've
just
learned to be more
talking
considerate
down
of
on
his
her.
feelings and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Just like acting like she's a kid.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Yeah, that's suspicious,
I
Marcel.
was waiting for you to say that.
Call him out. Amazing. This is getting good. I'm excited about this. So much is happening.
She said the plot is plotting.
The plot is plotting.
I'm waiting for the sun to set so I can attack Grayson. I'm just hovering outside the camp. Like, please God. I've got 1 more hour.
Oh God. Yeah. This is a bit of
Oh,
lag.
he's winning.
There's so much water.
Too much.
What is this? Oh, party setup. Yeah, I could change my party. I feel like I should bring a water team with Ganyu as main DPS. Maybe. Or Ayato. No. Well, you know what? Let's switch it up. It's been a while since I used Ganyu as a main DPS. I don't even know what element these guys are. Hi, friends.
I will have order.
Shine down, written in the stars. Torn to oblivion.
Lovely.
Whoa! The floor is going up!
Oh, I was not supposed to walk off of that.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Oops. I was impulsive. Could you come back down, please? Okay, good. It comes down by itself. Don't mind me. I was not thinking it was an elevator. That didn't happen. You guys didn't see anything. Don't worry about it.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
There's water. But where isn't there water? This is a water-based place. Can I go here? No. Did I kill it? Okay, it's alive. This is the first time I've used that. I still don't understand how to use this power. It says I have to hit E? Ah! Was that it? Looked like it.
Oh.
Oh, it's filling up the water.
Flowers scare the crap out of me.
Good thing that we can breathe underwater.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to
Still
go.
not high enough. Oh. Another door? Hi, friends. Hello.
Solidify!
There is no escape. No touching. Blaze over.
Tell me which one.
Access denied.
Abduction shattered. Delve into destiny.
Thank you. Another chest? No, that was the only one. Water abuse, I smell captain chest. Pharaoh will spawn. Who knows? Imagine.
Lord have mercy, they're coming for me.
Lord have mercy.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
Let's go. I wish we could just breathe underwater like that. I feel like I would enjoy water more. Like swimming and stuff. Chest. Thank you. Any more? No. Oh, looks like some angry robots up ahead. Hello, friends.
Order guide you.
Shine down. Decided by destiny. For Rex Lapis. Inazuma shines eternal.
Inazuma shines eternal. He's serious.
She is the god of Inazuma, so it says that. I should be walking around as Mona. I feel like it just makes sense. I'm Mona, she's Mona, we're Mona.
Scry the sky.
Scry the sky. Oh.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
So this is where they keep
Though,
all
as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
the drugs? I don't remember what it was called. If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the opera house and help Navia.
Thank you, Axel.
We love Mona. Oh my goodness.
Oh, for the traveler.
Cocaine? Is that for me?
Yes, we should drink water. You're right. Tasty. Another one.
There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of
you.
water. That means this is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main
That's what it's
ingredient.
called.
If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human.
That's kind of scary.
Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
The pool found within the headquarters is filled with water from the primordial sea. The mastermind can use this to create synth and directly use it to dissolve people. That's such like a scary tool to have. You can just dissolve a person. Time to eat watching. Oh, I'm jealous.
Unfortunate.
I kind of want to eat something
See what's
too.
written here.
I'm kind of hungry.
Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Probably related to his and Jock's case. I've already forgot how to pronounce that name.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This
Oh.
should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yes, it should. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely. I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
That's all the evidence we need, really. They planned this well in advance, yeah. The baguette sandwich. That sounds tasty, actually. A sandwich. Okay, examine the bookshelf. What else is there? What's this?
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Wait, why did they have all this? There's a name, too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute
They
things
belong
labeled
to
with
the
different girls' names?
victims. Oh.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
You discovered objects within the containers labeled with the names of those who owned them within the depths of the HQ. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearances case. This might be proof that this was their final stop. It's bad.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress, ready to drink, stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa!
Where are all the people who work here? Not the fruit-flavored synth. Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth, yeah.
Yep, it's super obvious.
A popular potion circulating quite widely, it gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23,
Oh my
and 24
god.
were dissolved.
Oh no, Paimon. Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep
Gotta
going.
go, it's daylight. Damn, Daniel.
Goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Veneer, I don't know how to say that, who was dissolved.
Oh, good night, Axel.
That's why he did all of these experiments.
Good night, Axel. Thanks for dropping by.
Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over?
I had to yawn.
That's just insane!
She yawned.
Eepee. There's another name here. Vasher.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he's the researcher.
You mean Vasher is the one who did all of these...
Oh, he was trying to save his wife.
experiments?
Yes, he signed off on a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard was from the fountain was probably Veneer. I don't know how to say her name.
So that's it! Vasher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Must be more to this, Demetia. He probably wants to bring his wife back, right?
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. There are many more records like these.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But
who really is this Vache?
Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Oh no, why do you want to break Paimon's head?
I know, right? I was
She
like,
hasn't
what is
done anything
happening?
wrong. So violent.
What crimes has she committed?
Pool full of water from the primordial sea. Nothing here. All the research materials. Nothing here. Oh, looks like I found
You
that
take
one.
that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa,
Oh, what did we find?
Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
You made a list of baby names.
So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was... Marcel. Wait, but...
Oh!
Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been
It's
going
Marcel's
on for so long
dad
that he's
and
Vache and Vinier's
mom.
grown son?
Holy shit, okay.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Paimon, please. Dix. Jinx.
Burger does not trust.
I know. I mean, we don't trust either, but for now, Paimon's
know.
normal and cute, and we will accept her until she finally backstabs us, which we know is going to happen at some point. It has to. If she doesn't, then we're all going to be a bunch of assholes. A notebook belonging to a lady named Vinier. She records many stories of her time with her lover, Vacher. On one of these pages, she prepared many names for their future child, and the name she settled on in the end was Marcel. We race back to the Opera Epiclese.
And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
You mean your
I
father?
was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
We have to do
It's
what we
all
gotta
right,
do.
Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
We sure did. All right, let's break this
But the
case
truth of
wide
it,
open.
Marcel, is that
Voice
you've
acting
always
for
been
the
Vache.
traveler.
Huh?
I love it.
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything.
Right.
After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
He's all but confessing at this
Mr.
point.
Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama.
I agree with him on this part. It really annoys
people.
me how this court works.
Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
I can't be dissolved.
Is that
What a way to
water
be.
from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
Because his wife was dissolved, so
can't
he
dissolve.
wants to.
Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve!
He's losing it.
Do you all see? I can't go.
Insanity
I can't
sets in.
follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very
Not
end.
the idiot daughter. This man.
Ooh.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Vinier. I promise. We made a promise. Vinier. Vinier! Please, Vinier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have
I need to
any
know
basis.
who charged him to
Fine
begin
by
with.
me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler,
child.
please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinier.
Ah.
During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache as a result. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vinier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
That was a cool case, though. I like that.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is guilty.
The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
Such a crazy name.
It's beautiful.
I know. I love it. It's so extra.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that,
The remixes of it are
serial
hilarious.
disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yippee! We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Oh, Navia. It must be so nice, though, to get everything
Demoiselle,
out.
you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
I'm so glad we were able to help her.
See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing
We're
well
solving
with me at the
crime.
helm.
Well, now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama?
Was Tile just here
The
to be
villain has been
accused?
caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been
Scapegoat
righted,
personally.
and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business
Tile's like,
to
"Can I go
attend to.
now? I've got
So,
stuff to do."
if you'll excuse me.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Yes, who charged
That's
him?
absolutely
Come on.
ridiculous.
Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
God, he has to say the whole thing.
He sure does. He can't even like put an acronym for it.
Or just call it
Or just
Oratrice.
like shorten
the
it, just like
judgment
one
of the
word. Nope.
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
No.
You say it
Mr.
again.
Tartaglia
D'Analyse
is
Cardinale.
guilty.
Wait,
That's probably why it's
why
a
is it
meme.
still telling it's guilty?
Hey! That's not funny.
For why?
Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice
Literally.
machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
Child, what did
I
you
mean,
do?
Have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general
Just because he's a
principle?
Fatui harbinger.
Weren't the charges about the serial
cannot.
disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
What is going on?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Guess so.
He's like resigned, like this makes so much sense, but you know what, alas.
I don't think
jail
Child's gonna
hurts.
go though. Yeah. We're getting a cutscene.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine.
Wait for your
What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
He didn't know he was gonna just let them get him. He's using his delusion though, it's bad for him. But I guess his vision's not working.
In dire times. Oh boy.
He's activating his spell legacy!
Oh dear. Oh? Whoa!
Oh, must have neutralized him.
I am sorry.
Whoa!
If you have been wronged, we will find the truth.
He just...
But the
How
rules of the
powerful
court
is he?
must
Nuvilla,
be
what are you? Alright, my theory that he's like similar to what do you call not Archon. I can't remember what they're called right now. Same as like Xiao is to Zhongli.
Hey,
Adeptus, but to Farina maybe.
Ooh.
So that would mean he's like a
This
part,
is also
part
the
god,
first time
partial
I've
god.
encountered such a situation. However,
That makes
according to
sense
the
to
rules
me.
established
Because
at
I
the
feel like
conception of
only
Fontaine's court system,
that level of
the
power could
Oratrice's
strike down a
judgment
harbinger
is the
like that.
final
Because the
verdict
last
of
time
the
a
court.
harbinger got smacked down
All I
like
do
that
is
was
follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion
He's
it
a
did,
all I
shogun.
do.
you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Oh, now he says just Oratrice.
Yeah, it's because he's not being, he's not formally addressing it in
Official.
court.
He's not in court procedure right now.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it.
Farina, you're calm down.
I don't
first
know
of all,
what happened
you're
there
literally the
either.
No one is
god.
looking at you.
Girl,
Stop staring at me!
why is she freaking out? Oh my
Lady
god,
Farina mean by that?
why is she freaking out? Whoa, girl, everything okay?
She says she has no idea
Conceited.
either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Do you have a personal vendetta?
My dearest citizens,
Oh, there's a
did you
viewpoint down there I
really
need to
think
get.
we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by
Farina,
the
please
Oratrice's
don't dig this
result.
hole deeper.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
Farina, please.
However, given the state of
Please,
things,
this is embarrassing.
I shall
Farina.
give you an explanation.
Oh god.
Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of
Farina, I
course,
swear to
for
God.
every
Farina,
performance,
please.
there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the
I'm starting to
Oratrice
wonder
shall
if she's
never render an
an
arbitrary
imposter.
judgment. If you thought
Ooh.
Child had nothing to
Not
do
the
with the
real
serial
Farina.
disappearances case,
Yeah.
it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will come
So I'm
to
gonna buy myself
understand
some
my
time.
noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Ordtrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape
This woman
after
is
all.
She
terrible.
just said, I'm leaving.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
She
Ever.
probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Oh, at least Navia knows. Way to pull the rug out from under her.
However,
She did that
please be
herself.
assured that I
to
will
be honest.
continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity.
Cocaine?
Just as I
Is that
promised.
for me?
If the
Yes, we
judgment
should
has
drink
been
water.
incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
He just squashed Tartaglia like a bug.
He's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday,
Damn,
right?
Paimon. I mean, real, but damn.
She has no qualms about speaking.
Mm-hmm. Leave the opera house. Yes, we shall. Is the cutscenes over now? Can I be
Can we actually
freed?
do something?
Can I be freed? No.
Never.
No, I can't.
Girl, I got 7 minutes until these fish sticks are
what are you
ready.
doing? Quick, stop him!
Yes, I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Traveler!
how did he
Hey,
escape?
Traveler!
What the hell? Marcel's escaping. What the heck?
Marcel, what are you doing over
How
here?
did he escape the guards?
Literally, what are you
Stop
doing
resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list. No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Is he gonna say, please find out how to reverse the primordial sea thing?
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
Oh, I guess we should tell him that we spoke to his wife.
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll
How'd
ever
she end
make
up in
my
the
life.
fountain, though?
You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
Lord
What?
knows.
Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual
He called them humans. Yep, he's not human. I mean, I could tell with his eye
Very well.
slits
I will grant your
that he
request.
was something else. Also, he's got antennae.
I fear that.
Maybe he's like
I
a
will go with him.
jellyfish.
You do not need to worry about any
Stop it.
escape.
Because of
That
the
would
two
make sense. He's
antennae.
out here in this water kingdom.
Yeah.
In that case, I
I'm
shall
trying to think
leave
of,
him
like,
in your
water
most capable
animals it
hands,
could be.
Chief Justice.
Because
Axolotl.
all the adeptus
Thank you,
that go
Your
for the
Honor.
Archon in the way, like one's a reindeer, one was a crane, and that's for the Geo Archon, right? So Nuvolet's for the Hydro Archon, so it would make sense that he would be like a jellyfish or some kind of sea creature. I don't know.
A jellyfish.
So off to the Fountain Plaza. Where was that again? Here. God, it's blinding, the loading screen. Good lord.
It's unnecessary. This is at this hour. Good lord.
I know. I just wish they would just give in and give us a night mode, but it's been like 4 years and they have not done
They
this.
just want us to suffer specifically.
We've been asking for a night mode for ages. Wait, what? Quest location is occupied by other quests? What? But this is like all the way in a different location. Weird. Okay, well, I guess I could just save it for next time. I actually don't know how much of the Archon quest is left. I'm gonna quickly Google it so we don't just stop and we're like really close to the end.
Find a good place to be.
Yeah, let me make sure. Genshin Archon quest chapter. What chapter is this? I've already forgotten.
I would have no.
Chapter 4. List of acts. Oh, there's like 5 acts. I'm only on act 2. Okay, we're good. We can stop here.
Oh, nice.
I did not know they had that much out. I thought there was only like 3 acts out for Fontaine, but I guess not. So next time I will have done whatever that side quest is that's barring me from doing the rest of this Archon quest. But let's see who we can raid first real quick. Is Akane drawing, hopefully? I think she was streaming her art earlier. She is! Okay, I'm gonna send you guys over to Akane.
Discord posted.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. So according to my schedule, let's switch over to that screen real quick because I can't remember. We are playing
Another one.
Oh, Hardcraft.
Ooh.
Wow, I'm losing my mind.
Where are we?
We're playing
let me fix
Minecraft.
That. I'll give you a gloom for that one.
Minecraft Hardcore is what we're playing. Oh, hold on, let me pause the game. There you go. That was getting
incredible.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna be playing Minecraft Hardcore tomorrow, and then I think on Thursday I have no stream scheduled. I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, no stream. And then more Genshin on Friday. Okay, perfect. That works out for us. And then of course I moved Stardew Valley to Sunday because of the fact that I was unable to stream yesterday. So Stardew Valley will be on Sunday instead. So let's see. Other than that, I don't think I have any other announcements. I'm trying to think. We're watching Monsters University after the V Rising stream on Saturday for movie night over on the Discord. So I hope you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye!